You guys are always asking us for early breakdowns, early predictions. You want to get ahead of those lines. You want to look at this stuff and you want to break it down weeks, sometimes months before these fights even happen. So we are introducing future fights, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to break down the recently announced Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo fight. It's not 100% official, but Ali Abdelaziz is out there telling everybody it is official, it's done, it's booked. I know they both want it. I know the UFC wants it. So in all reality, it's probably done or very close to done. And some books are going to give you lines on this now, even as a future fight. You can place the bet, and as long as it happens in 2023, they'll go ahead and pay you if you're on the right side. So let's go ahead and break this down. This is a very interesting fight. We've got Aljamain Sterling, the current bantamweight champion of the world. He's a rangy striker. He's got solid grappling. He actually started his career as a grappler. He has takedowns in every single win before 2018. But then he started to develop his striking, and somewhere along the lines, he became more of a striker than a grappler. He uses kicks really well to manage range. He lands almost 5 significant strikes per minute, and he only absorbs about 2, and that's because he does such a good job with that range and control. But in his last 3 fights, we've seen him work his way back towards his grappling roots. He has 8 takedowns in his last 3 title fights, including 3 against Petr Yan and 5 against TJ Dillashaw in his last fight. And he has taken on Henry Cejudo, he retired on top, the former bantamweight champion of the world. And he retired mid-title reign. I think he defended his belt, earned it, and then defended it 3 times, and then he retired in 2020. A lot of people thought that was just a negotiation ploy, that he was just fake retired. It was just to try to get some more money. But the reality is that was 2.5 years ago. So it ended up being a full-blown retirement. He is an Olympic gold medalist wrestler who, like any high-level athlete, has evolved. He's added other skill sets. He averages more than 2 takedowns per fight, which you expect out of an Olympic gold medalist wrestler. But he also has a positive striking differential, and he is riding a 3-fight knockout win streak. And these are knockouts on his feet, using his hands, his knees. These are not knockouts because of wrestling. He has power in his hands. He's got Olympic wrestling as a foundation, and he has incredible cardio. And this is such an interesting fight, and I'm really glad this seems to be happening. I absolutely love Henry Cejudo. I've been following his career long before MMA, and he would have gone down as the greatest bantamweight of all time, especially because he beat the only other 2 people that you could put in that conversation, Dominic Cruz and Demetrius Johnson. The problem is that he did walk away. He's been gone over 2 years without competing, without keeping his cardio up, without keeping his weight down. And I think that all matters. But this is a weird situation because Aljo is the champ, but there's literally an asterisk next to every single fight. He won the belt by playing up an illegal knee in a fight that he was getting dominated. Then he defended the belt against, the same opponent, and a lot of people think a fight that he lost. And then most recently, he fought a guy with 1 arm. And even with all of those asterisks being out there, with a conversation to be had around, is he really the champ? I still think Aljo is going to win this fight. In his prime, I think Henry Cejudo runs through Aljamain Sterling, but he's not in his prime. I think Aljo comes forward, uses his side. He is massive. I think he uses his size, his cardio to lean on and wear down a rusty Cejudo. Cejudo needs to come in here with incredible speed, with incredible cardio, so he can set that pace, dance around, stay fast, because he's going to be undersized, and 2.5 years away makes that a very hard thing to just jump right back into. Aljo's the pick. Everything in me is going to be rooting for Henry. I want him to come back. I want him to dominate, and I want him to be the cringiest Triple C we have ever seen in our lives. But unfortunately, I just don't know if that's going to happen. Henry Cejudo is a 125-pound champ, 135-pound champ, Olympic gold medalist wrestler. This guy has accomplished everything. I hope he comes back. I hope he dominates because I love greatness, and Henry Cejudo is one of those people, no matter how annoying he is on Twitter. So that's my pick. Let me know yours below. If you're watching this video many months from now when the fight is actually happening, make sure you refresh your feed because I'm sure I will have an updated breakdown for you. Like, subscribe, do all the things. We have 2 channels. Picks Nation, where we break down individual fights, and then We Want Picks, where we go live. We do betting videos. We do full fight companions. We do everything over there. Do all the things. I'll see you every week.